Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, lawmakers now have just 1 week to agree on a spending plan to avoid a government shutdown. Speaker Mike Johnson said the details could be released as soon as today. CBS News senior congressional correspondent Nikole Killion is tracking this for us and joins us live from Capitol Hill. So, Nikole, what do we know? I know this morning when we spoke, you said we haven't seen the text yet. We don't know the details. When might we get a glimpse?
Yeah, well, we're kind of still in that same holding pattern right now, Errol, but we have a pretty good idea of what this might be. House Republicans had said earlier in the week that they were leaning towards putting forth a year-long CR or continuing resolution, which would be a short-term funding package, which ideally that is not the route that they wanted to go. You know, there have been appropriators on both sides of the Capitol that have been trying to reach a broader spending deal on top-line spending to fund government agencies through a process called regular order, where you pass 12 separate appropriations bills. But those negotiations have kind of stalled out, although most recently we were told they were pretty close. So this really, in terms of a spending plan, would just be a patch to kind of keep government agencies funded at current levels through the end of the fiscal year.
Let's speak about the latest on the DOGE cuts. We know we had this week's announcement about cutting thousands of jobs at the VA, and that seems to have really sparked a backlash among lawmakers, even Republicans, who have a lot of veteran supporters who they make promises to. What's the latest there?
Yeah, that's right. Well, probably some of the sharpest reaction came from Kansas Senator Jerry Moran, who heads the Senate VA committee, who acknowledged, you know, the need to downsize, but he also pointed out that it should be done in a more responsible manner. And so that is the sentiment of some congressional Republicans. However, I would note, you know, when Elon Musk was here on Capitol Hill, when that word came down about those VA cuts, there were many House Republicans in particular who defended the cuts. There were some people who told me, look, you know, we want to see more details, but there were others who said, you know, look, if that's what needs to happen to kind of make the agency more efficient, so be it. Even if these are veterans. You know, one person I talked to was Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, who heads the House DOGE subcommittee, and she told me that, you know, she is confident in the secretary's ability to make these types of decisions with respect to personnel. And she said, with or without these employees, she feels that the Department of Veterans Affairs needs to do a better job. So she felt that, you know, if you need to cut people to make the department more efficient and better and do more for veterans, then she was all for it. But yes, there are many who feel this might have been a bridge too far and hope that the agency walks it back.
All right, we'll see what develops. Nikole Killion with the latest. Thanks so much.